Yes, indeed, I forgot to copy it. I guess that makes sense. I suppose it makes some form of logic that I would forget to copy the correct script. Let's get the countdown started. T-minus 2 minutes to the start of the stream. Still waiting for the game to load. So, welcome everybody to the Kerbal Space Program live stream. Today we're going to be launching a mission to explore the farthest reaches of the Kerbal system. Join us as we follow the brave Kerbals into their mission as they travel to uncharted parts of the universe and attempt to uncover the mysteries of space. Get ready for liftoff and we'll get this mission started. We'll get the mission going. Another minute and 30 seconds. T-minus a minute and 30 seconds. Alright, the game is loaded. We're ready to rock basically as soon as it's done. I still have to, what I'm going to do, I'm just looking through the missions before we get started here. We still have the moon missions, which are looking a little challenging. Orbit of the moon, orbiting Kerbin. There's a few things we could do. Yeah, some of these we can definitely do. I'm gonna pre-accept a few of these. Because we could really use the money. And this one's orbiting Kerbin. I want to orbit. Into flight. Well, we'll give it a shot. T-minus 20. It's a little, certainly a little bit challenging to try and ferry the tourists around. Decline is -3. I don't know. Anyway, we're ready to go. It looks like the timer's expired, so let's get into Kerbal Space Program here. As you can see, it is nighttime. Joyous night. Can't see anything, probably can't see the ground. You can see over the horizon a little bit. I don't know if that's a graphical. No, that's not actually the horizon. This is the horizon and it's dark. Let's just go to sunrise. Because I'm not about the nightlife. Alright, there we go. Lovely, lovely. So in the last stream, we did have a rather interesting attempt, I should say. So we got this unnamed moon lander right here. Aptly named, of course, as always. But it's going to go over here. And it's currently on a collision course. Not a collision course, but on a approach to Duna. Wait a minute. Hold on, why does this say that it's not going to get there? I thought this thing was on a collision course with Duna. Why is it suddenly saying it's not? Okay, control locked. Let's try unlocking that control. Hibernated again. Okay, so yeah, it's actually going to be like a couple. It's got to go around once, and then it's going to be encountering. Okay, well, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's go back to Space Center. So it is technically, quote unquote, technically, on a collision course, sort of, with the Dunasphere. So that'll be cool. So what do we have here? We need to unlock higher science capacity. We do not have higher science capacity. This is the thing that I really want to unlock because that's going to like boost our science to like infinity, basically. And for that, we need to upgrade this place, which is going to cost us 902,000 minimum. So we need to make another 100,000 if we can. If we can. So let's get taking a look-see at some of our designs here. So what we're currently looking at is hauling a swivel fuel engine into flight over Kerbin, 13,000, 18,000 meters, and then hauling a parachute to 5 to 10,000, and also testing a parachute from 4 to 11,000. Like, these two are kind of implied by one another. And then this last one is just going to a higher altitude, basically. So let's do that. I'm going to put this dude up. And we're going to do one of these dudes, I guess. And we need a swivel engine. Here it is. What altitude are we looking at there? 17,000 meters per second. I think that'll get us a pretty respectable altitude. Now, as for... here we got a radial parachute. I'm going to actually add a few of these. And put one on either side. And they're going to be in separate stages. That way I can test them. One there, and put one there. All right. So yeah, let's stage these out a little differently. I don't know which one I'm supposed to test and which one I'm not, so we're just going to test them all. MKR-12. So, swivel engine to 13,000 at 410 meters per second. 410 at 13,000. That's a little excessive, but I think we can do it. Let's just add inline reaction wheel and batteries. Where's a battery? Here's a battery. Battery while we're at it. Okay. I have my doubts whether or not this will hit the target altitude, but at the very least we will get the parachutes tested. Those are like 10,000 apiece. Alright, keep an eye on this max altitude. We're supposed to be at 18K, I think it was. So 13 to 18,000 or something like that. 5 to 10,000. Okay, we need to really drop our velocity here. 210, ideally. Okay, so we're in the altitude range. A little faster, a little slower. Alright, we completed one of them. 13,000 to 18,000. Whoopsie, whoopsie. We completed the second one. Awesome. Alright, let's just point retrograde for now. So once we get to about 4,000, we need to test the MKR-12, which is the MKR-12. This is the MK2, so this would be the MKR-12. Alright, we're ready to deploy that parachute at about 11,000, it says. And we need to be going at a much slower speed, but it looks like we're going to be at a slower speed, so that'll be nice. Let's slow this thing down a little. Just a little bit. So we're within the 11,000, we just need to hit the speed. There it goes. Wait, why won't it test? Hold on. No, test the darn thing. Oh, that's how. You press the space bar. Alright, well that completes that mission. Let's just time warp it a little bit. I'm actually gonna drop these other dudes. I don't know what communications are gonna look like once we get over there. Could be good, could be bad. There's Kerbal right there, Kerbal Space Center. So theoretically we should be fine, but I don't trust it. I never trust it. Alright, let's just warp that as fast as we possibly can. Secondary chutes fully deployed, 6 meters per second land velocity. Alright, impacting the ground in T minus... Well, actually, that's not very accurate, is it? T-minus 9 minutes. I don't think that's quite probable. Alright, here we go. 200 meters. Descent rate 6 meters per second. 100 meters. Alright, once we get close, I'm actually going to boost up a little bit with our... Oh, no, look at that. See? See what I mean? No probe control. We got nothing. Alright, let's recover. Told you we'd have no control below a certain altitude, so I guess I was right to deploy all the parachutes when I did. Likely. Alright. That was useful, so science data from space around the moon. We can definitely do that immediately. Orbital space station, stack separator, liquid engine. You can test this in flight over Kerbal. I don't know that that would be a really good test, though. Stack separator in flight over Kerbal. Yeah. We could do that. Only 18 to 24,000, but at a high velocity. We have to test a stack separator. We could do that. This decoupler has to be orbiting. Yeah, I don't know so much about that. Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, we'll take this one. Why not? Okay, so where is this one? Science data from space around the moon. We can do that immediately, because we already have little orbiters around the moon. Where is our little moon? There's our dude stuck on an escape trajectory. I don't know what happened to him. Never figured it out. Where is the moon? Where's the moon? No, we've lost it. We don't have a moon anymore. Oh wait, there's the moon. Okay. Yeah, I thought I had to do something with this constellation here. Alright, I'm pretty sure this guy has a science package, so let's give it a test. Wow, for a second there, I thought that I left the lid off of my drink. Like, talk about scary. You don't want to have a loose drink. Not here, no sir. Okay, what do we got? Let's do a quick pressure data. Oh no, not enough electric charge. Oh wow, we're really low on electric charge. Hold on, let's wait for that to top up a little bit there. It's a little bit of electric charge. Apparently it costs a lot of electricity to transmit this data. Let's go. There, much better. Alright. Back to the Space Center. So we got a little bit of extra. Did we increase our science? I don't think we increased our science. If we did, we increased it very marginally. Test a stack separator in flight. 18 to 24. Yeah, we can do that. That's possible. Orbital space station. Hold on. Stack separator. So what are we testing? We need to test a stack decoupler at 470,000 in orbit. Oh wow. I must not have read that one carefully. This one is 18,000 to 24,000 at a speed of 380 to 1,600 meters per second. We can do that, I think, pretty easily. 18 to 24,000 at high speed. See, like, I get the feeling, just drop one of these down, you know, and then obviously we need to attach a battery to it. But what was that test? We're testing a stack separator at that altitude. So coupling, where's the stack separator? There it is. TSO6. At this altitude, at this velocity, flying on Kerbal. So why don't we just we'll drop one of these dudes on here. That's about the cheapest way I can think of doing this. And then, hold on, what's the cheaper winglet? These ones are cheaper, I guess. And I'm only going to do 3 of them. And we will probably also want a pair of shoes. Not 3 pair of shoes, though. Just 2 pair of shoes. So, release at 60% atmosphere, 2,500, and release at 60%, 1,000. Alright. Think that'll work? Well, not if it all goes off at the same time. There's this guy. There's this guy. So this goes, boom, this goes, boom. That should get us to 18,000, and the velocity range is huge, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. And then, test the TR-060 decoupler. We're not testing that, we're testing TS-06 separator. I think that's what this guy is, right? TS-06 stack separator. Ready to go. And yeah, then we need to get to orbit. Orbit will be the next one. I think we can get to orbit no problem, though, so that won't be an issue. It's just this one we gotta... The orbit one's going to be slightly more expensive, too. So a little bit less return. Alright, we'll keep ourselves pointed straight up. Remember that target altitude. What was the target? 18,000 meters per second at 308, or 18,000 meters at 380 meters per second was the target. Logic suggests we should be able to hit that easily enough. Let's see if we get there. So we are now... Not yet, not yet. Oh, come on. Don't hit 16,000 on me. Alright, we did it. Wow, that was very inefficient, wasn't it? Let's try just tilting ourselves over here. Bleeding off some of that excess velocity there. Chances are this is going to go back down and hit our launch pad. I'm wagering my money that it hits the launch pad. Oh wow, how far up did we go? 154 kilometers? I guess it's because it's so light. That's basically just a raw rocket that's just shooting up into space, basically. Because the stuff on the top of it is almost negligible. Let's keep an eye on our electricity and fuel and everything. We want to make sure we don't run out. Hold on. Here we go. Speed it up. 154, heading back down. Here we go. Back into the atmosphere. Hoping that we don't slam into the ground. Of course, chances are we are going to slam into the ground. Oh, here we go. Here it goes, what I tell you. Oh dear. This is going a lot faster than I expected. Oh, burning up. No, it's gonna be like a dart in the ground, basically. Oh, and we've lost the probe. Oh, we've regained it. We've regained it. Come on, go up, 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 up. Woof. That was a tough one. Almost didn't make it. Alright, let's see this thing land. Hopefully. That has got the weirdest descent profile I've ever seen. Okay, there we go. Think the stack separator is going to land anywhere nearby? Kind of blew past... Oh, there it is. There it is, 11 kilometers in the air. Still just kind of wiggling its way down. I guess we'll see if it impacts. I really want to see that, actually. 9 kilometers away, though. It's pretty far. It'll take a little bit of time to get here. Alright, where's our shadow? We should have a shadow by now. There it is. Tracking the shadow to let us know when we're about to hit the ground. 200 meters. Roughly 200 meters. Alright, here we go. And then we'll see if the thing hits us. 60 meters. Here we go. About to impact the ground. Hopefully it's not a sharp impact. Up, 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 up. No, no, don't tip over. Ah, lost it. Where's the thing? Where's that debris that I was promised? Here it is. It is still pretty well up there, actually. Looks like it's not going to land anywhere near us. Well, that's most unfortunate. Oh, I think I saw it for a second. Well, let's recover. We'll be working on something. We'll just hear something go smash outside. And that'll be that, I suppose. 80 science. Hey, we got something from that. Isn't that something? Anything else? Test a hammer at the launch site. That'd be pretty easy to do. It doesn't cost much either. Haul a skipper engine into flight. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's just make sure we got these done. So we've got to test the decoupler at an extremely high altitude, and then we got to test the hammer at the launch site. We'll test the hammer at the launch site. That'll be easy to do. And then we'll shift something up into orbit pretty quickly. So let's go new. And you and hammer. Where's hammer? Where's hammer? Alright, the hammer is going to have no fuel. Alright. Let's test this at the launch site. That'll give us a little bit of extra cash flow. And we can use that to set our next mission into orbit. Here we go. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. What do we got? Value? Looks like value. So 897. What do we need? We need a 902. Dude, we're so close. You only need like another 5,000. Science data from surface of the moon? We have a lander on the moon, don't we? I'm pretty sure we do. Look at that. We have enough to upgrade our science facility now, if we want to. I gotta be very cautious with how I say that, because we could upgrade our science facility immediately and then find ourselves lost. Alright, let's see here. This thing I'm pretty sure had... If it doesn't, I'm going to be rather disappointed, but I'm pretty sure it did have some kind of thermometer on it. Oh dear. Okay, well that's it jumping. No, this was not the one with a thermometer. Apparently not. Okay. Have to switch over to the other one then. Where's the other lander? There it is. Let's switch to Pepe Little and get some scientific data from it. Oh great, yeah, that's super visible, you know, really sharp image right there. Hold on, where's Pepe Little's science package? Pepe Little, I know you had scientific data. There you are. Okay. Alright, we don't have a lot of electric charge on us, but let's see if that's enough to transmit. Not enough. Oh dear, it's tipping! No! I didn't think it would tip over like that. Well, it's still got some liquid fuel if it needs it. Oh, come on, untip. If you would be so kind. Okay. I think I can tip it back up. Doesn't look like it. Oh, it's on hibernation. That's why. Oh dear. Oh no! Okay. That was a mistake. That was a total mistake right there. Didn't mean to do that at all. Okay. Display off. We no longer have control of this device. Oh my gosh. How did I do that? Oh man. That totally ruins it. We gotta go land another spacecraft on the moon. We just totally ruined the last one. Oh man, that totally is garbage, man. This game is vexing me something awful. Okay, let's go. So we gotta land another moonlander. Man, this game is straight up vexing me right now. Okay, here we go. Let's get a moonlander here. Micro engine V2, we don't need that. Yeah, the only reason we had these... Let's zoom ourselves in right here. We only had these for part of another mission, but we don't need them for this. They're just dead weight. So what do we need to do? We need to test a decoupler at 470,000 in orbit. I mean, technically we could do that. This is TDO6 decoupler. How much does it weigh? TDO6. Okay. Ejection force 50.01 tons. I mean, we could just put it there. Ready to be tested at any point. Yeah, I think that'll work. This will have to be a lander for the moon, of course. Since it's a lander, we don't actually need this to separate, so get rid of that. I will, however... Ooh, this is against my better judgment, but I will pack it with a parachute. How do I rotate that? Come on, here we go. I will pack it with a parachute just because... But we will live under the assumption that that parachute need never be used. Not 4, only 2. Can I angle this up a little? Alright, so we got these 2 on the sides here. That'll give us a little bit of sunlight, hopefully. There's one on the top. We got a communications satellite. And all we need is scientific data. For which I was thinking thermometer and pressureometer. Right? How are we for parts? Do we have any more room? We don't have any more room for parts. So this is basically, this is it. This is our limit right here. And theoretically this should get us to the moon. Trustingly. We do have a parachute in case we need it, but hopefully we won't. And then we have this ejector thing on the top as well. So that'll do its thing, this'll do its thing, this'll do its thing for a while. We have this, and we have 4 engines to kind of kick us up into the air. Alright. 15,000. Oh man, that's not even worth it. Okay. So the mission is to land on the moon. Hopefully, we will land and not be destroyed. Of course, landing on the moon is only half the trouble. The other trouble is sending scientific data from the moon, which we will just have to do ourselves. Alright, here we go. I'm going to try and initiate that gravity turn nice and early, but not too early, because if you initiate it too early, we're going to tip over and crash. It's definitely nice having a little bit of additional, what's the word? Additional funds, so that we know if this goes awry somehow, and we end up losing our spacecraft. It's not the end of the world. We have a little bit more to play with, a bit of a buffer zone, if you will. Alright, nice smooth entry. We're a little steep on our ascent. We need to start tilting ourselves over a little bit more. Way too steep on the ascent. Our ascent trajectory is way too steep. No, that's not good. That's not a good trajectory right there. Come on, tip it, I say. Ah, it didn't tip. Okay, well, our trajectory in the ascent was a little bit... left a little bit to be desired there. Time warp just a little bit. Once we get to about 50-ish thousand, we're going to start burning. Get ourselves a solid orbit. What is this next one? This is the good guy. This is the next one. Okay, about 50,000. Detached. And let's push ourselves away just a little bit there. We're going to tilt ourselves full horizon line, and let's get going. So we don't really want to increase our apogee. It's fine where it is, as a matter of fact. What we actually need to be doing right now is speeding up our tangential velocity, or orbital velocity. That needs to be about 2,000. So we'll slowly increase that. Hopefully we can get our 2,000 delta V in the orbital direction. If not, then that will be a problem. But on the plus side, it doesn't seem to be an issue right now. Our apogee is still, again, a solid 91,000. Just need to translate this into some tangential velocity here. Get ourselves moving, really. So 91K, we got a delta V predicted of about 2,300 meters per second. You can see we are somewhat moving. It would be wise of me to actually deploy the antenna right now, wouldn't it? Let's go ahead and extend that. Antenna is deployed, so we should have... Why did it go back down? I didn't tell you to go back down, antenna. Alright, so we should have access now to the global Kerbal communication system so that we can push ourselves along. We got another 2,000 delta V. We are approaching the horizon. We're approaching our apogee in about 10 seconds. And the unfortunate thing about that is it means we're going to have to start fighting gravity a little bit here. Fighting gravity a little bit more just to get that tangential velocity up. We want to be able to get 2,000 meters per second so that we got ourselves a solid orbit there. Let's push up a little bit. Hopefully... And I mean, this is being very hopeful, but hopefully we can actually land on the moon. Because looking at this, it does not appear hopeful. Our perigee is still underground, and we have yet to actually make it to the moon. There's only 2,000 delta V. We might be able to land. You know what? I tend to worry. You know, on the one hand, it's like, yeah, we might not make it to the moon at this rate, but I don't think that's actually... I don't think that's actually a realistic concern. I think we are going to make it to the moon, and I think we're going to make it there pretty easily. Let's just keep our velocity above the horizon. Perigee is still negative, but it's building up pretty quickly here. Alright. Come on, let's get that perigee above ground. Okay, negative 90 kilometers. Negative 50 kilometers. Alright, our perigee is now positive. Come on, let's hit 70K. We are in orbit. We have 70 kilometers perigee. Alright. Now, let's find the moon, wherever it happens to be. The moon is over there. We are going to begin... We're going to be over here somewhere. Probably going to be about there. So actually, we could... Couldn't we do that from right here? If I just went from right here, we could hit the moon, couldn't we? I mean, we're pretty close. Oh, no, that's too far on the horizon. No, we could hit it, but that would be too much. We want to kind of wait until it moves a little bit more into position. We'll go from here, our apogee. And hopefully that'll, that'll actually collide us with the surface of the moon. 820 meters per second. Yeah, that's not bad right there. It's not bad at all, I'd say. Let's move this up a little bit. What is that perigee? 320. And that puts us actually... Yeah, that puts us well within the Kerbal sphere. Awesome. So what could be useful here is if we aim this up a little bit more. Like so. That gets us more of an equatorial orbit. 822,000 though. See, I like being able to play around with this. 822, 645. We are looking to hit the ground, so we could... okay, that's too close to the ground. 134... Okay, so 74. That's a good one right there. So about 937 meters per second in T-minus 23 minutes. Let's position this dude. All right. So do we have sunlight? Yes, we do. So we should be able to perform this maneuver easily enough. We have our science data. We have our antenna. We have our parachute, but we won't need the parachute. Parachute's dead weight at this point. I should put the parachute on this part, because we're going to be jettisoning this. But you know what? It is what it is. Now let's put this guy into hibernation. Because when we warp, we want to be in hibernation mode. 51 seconds of burn time. Let's go to the next maneuver. So yeah, I think getting to the moon right about now, easy stuff. Easily done. No problem whatsoever. Well, minor problems, but the minor problems are things we can work through easily enough. Turn off hibernation. Let's point ourselves at the point of interest. Because is right about there. Right about there. Awesome. Okay. So we are going to start burning at about 30 seconds before the node. So keep an eye on this. 30 seconds before the node, we'll start burning. And we're at about that point, so let's start burning. Alright, there it goes. Oopsie. Keep a quick little eye on this. Yeah, so that's not going anywhere fast. Fair enough. Wait a minute. I have the TRO-60 coupler on here. Wait a second. What was our mission? TRO-60 coupler? Where was it? 470,000? This will hit 470,000, no problem. Oh, but we want to get to the moon. Okay, keep going. I'll just have to keep an eye out for when we hit 476,000 and test the decoupler when we get there. That'll just be what we have to do. Of course, we are still technically in orbit, so that should be fine. Decouple, I think. Which one is the next decouple stage? This dude, alright. Decouple it. And let's go. How close are we here? 2, 1. Alright, that's an approach, I suppose. Let's just make it a good approach. $140,000. Yeah, that'll just have to be it. Hold on. Kind of want to keep going at this, don't I? Okay, so there's impact with the ground. We want to be on this second periapsis here. It'll be a little bit easier to hit. Let's go into the moon. Alright, so the periapsis is about 10,000 meters. I think that's acceptable. And that puts us into this really weird looking orbit, but that works. Alright, let's go in. We'll put this little dude into hibernation. And we need to watch out for when we hit 470,000 to 480,000. So where's 470,000 altitude? Doesn't tell us. What can I set an alarm? There's an alarm function on here. I just don't know how it works. Targeting mode, maneuver mode. How do I set the alarm? Alarm. Well, that's alarming. I don't know how the alarm works. Let's just let's warp it. 470,000. Just keep an eye on this dude. Speaking of keeping an eye on this dude, I gotta keep this up. Oh, hello. Keep this up. So this is ready to go. What is, activate the parts through staging. So that'll be this next one here. Yeah, so I just have to hit the spacebar. Hit the spacebar and we're ready to go at 470,000. So Kerbal, orbit, 470,000. Let's go. Gotta be very careful with this. Want to make sure to hit it exactly. 470. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. 430, 440, 450, 460, 470. Awesome. Just what I wanted to see. That didn't hurt our trajectory to the moon, did it? No. No, no, of course not. Alright. This is still hibernating? Good. Okay, we're good. It's all good. It's all good. Let's approach to there. About 4 hours away. Solid 4 hours. Okay, we got our little communication sphere up on the moon. Wonder where we're going to land. That was something I didn't think about. Something I probably should have... Okay, so there it is. We're going to be dark side of the moon. I am not landing on the dark side of the moon. No way, no how. I don't think that impacts the ground, though, does it? It doesn't look like it. Hold on. Oh, I can't see. Oh. I think we have some room between us and the ground. 10,000 isn't a very high altitude. So we're basically going to go here. We're going to burn retrograde as far as we can. And we're going to try and land the other side of the moon if we can. Kind of where this other communication relay is. Pepe Little has been destroyed, which I'm rather disappointed by. Because Pepe Little, that was our best space probe. So to see it smash into the ground like that was rather painful. Miss that little Pepe. Or should I say, Miss Pepe Little. Pepe Sylvia does not exist. Okay, here we go. So apogee 31,000. So that'll be one heck of a burn right there. Only 8 seconds though. Though I'm kinda thinking I should not hit the ground as adamantly as possible. Like so. Wow, that was way further than I wanted it to go, but okay. That just goes to show you we got more power in this little dude. More power in this little dude than we could have ever imagined. Okay, so Pepe. I got boxes full of Pepe. Let's go there. Alright. That looks fine, that looks fine. Let's point ourselves in the direction of that little target point. When we get around to here, we'll be in contact with our unnamed moon orbiter. So that should be good. And, yeah. Let's, Oh. Oh no. Oh, you're not going to get me like that again, game. I know what you're thinking. Hibernate. Because apparently you don't hibernate when you time warp. Okay, let's go. Got boxes full of Pepe. Let's go. Alright, we're communicating. Let's go here. Where's our dude? Turn off hibernation. So we got to burn for about 9 seconds to get into our location. That's not bad. Actually, it doesn't really matter where we burn. Just burn is burn. So that's what they say. Burn is burn. Alright, so right around there. And that's good. Okay, so I gotta make sure that we can land. We'll be in a pretty tough location, actually, to land. So let's, what is our ground altitude? That's what I need to know. Why can't I see anything? Can I put this guy back on hibernate? Because it's too dark. It's going to drain the battery. I can't. Wait, what? Why can't I hibernate it? Oh, is it because I'm warping? Hold on. Oh yeah, because apparently hibernating affects warp. Who would have known? Okay, so I want to be on the bright side of the moon. If you'd please. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to make sure that where we land, we're going to be in pure view of one of these. See, right now we're actually in pure view of the ground, so I could just land there. Why not? I can land next to Pepe Little. If we land next to Pepe Little, we'll be fine. And look at that, we've got communication directly with Kerbin. So that'll be fine. Yeah, you know what? We can do this. We'll be landing a little bit north of Pepe. Pepe Sylvia does not exist. Major conspiracy here, man. Alright, let's go. Surface velocity. We're going to be burning anti-grade here. We got a full thing of fuel. Check this out. Alright, ready, Pepe Sylvia? Ready, Pepe? Ready to land. Surface velocity, 300 meters per second. That cuts our tangential velocity significantly. So we're going to let this kind of coast a little bit here. Just a little bit. And once it's ready to land, it'll be ready to land. But we're going to land this guy. Landing yet another moonlander. Really didn't want to do that today, but we really kind of destroyed our last moonlander. Let's call it... Let's just rename the vessel. His Revenge. That'll be a lander. Alright. Silvio's ready to land. Let's go. One thing I should really keep track of. Make sure we got electric charge. It is really embarrassing when you run out of electric charge on a landing run. I'm not going to tell you that that's from experience, but I am going to tell you that I did experience it once. And when I say once, I mean multiple times. Alright, surface velocity is 90 meters per second. Looks like we'll be landing just north of the last vessel. We do have, this is going to be in line of sight of our other unnamed spacecraft. So we'll be in full communications range. That's good. Warp ourselves a little bit closer to the ground. All right, not bad, not bad. Start retrograde burn just a little bit here. I might want to burn it a little bit faster than this. Shed some of that velocity. Of course, we're still 6,000 meters above the ground. So as long as we're 6,000 meters above the ground, I think we're pretty safe. Tune this down a little bit. I just don't want our surface velocity to increase so fast that we have no way of landing. Now, we do have a parachute. I don't think that's going to work on the moon. That's just an opinion. We could put it to the test. I mean, realistically, it's also an opinion that a satellite dish is not going to work when it's pointed into the ground. But Kerbal Space Program has shown that to be not the case. So maybe it would work. Alright, 3,000 meters. Still retrograde burn very slowly. I'm going to increase that rate of velocity decrease. Vertical speed. Want to make sure that we're at 0 meters per second by the time we hit the ground. I think we can hit that pretty easily, though. Like, realistically, there's nothing to be worried about here. It's going to be a safe, secure landing, 1,000 meters. Surface velocity, 50 meters per second. That's basically all vertical speed. Not bad. 30 meters per second. We're slowing ourselves down. More vertical. Alright. Bleeding off that tangential velocity, just as we like to see. Alright. Tangential velocity is almost 0 now. Oh, hello. Oh. We hovered there for a second. That's not what we want to do. So we're basically dropping from a straight 1,000 meters. Very light on the thing here. A little faster, little faster. Alright, 850 meters. Yeah, this is going to be fine. Gonna be just fine. Trust me. Just have to have a little bit of faith. Pepe Little 2. The search for Pepe Little is going to land safely. Oh, this looks like a hill. We might be landing on a hill. That could be a problem. Experience suggests that landing on a hill is not safe. But, you know, what's experience got to say? Alright, 500 meters. We're going at 7 meters. Oh, look at that! There's our other dude. He's really close by. We could actually probably fly there if we wanted to. Alright. Okay, we're approaching the ground. We're at 400 meters. Descent rate, 10 meters per second. It's not bad. Of course, that's just our surface velocity, but since we're vertical for the most part, that surface velocity is our descent rate. Descent rate 8 meters per second. We are at 230 meters. I'm going to have to bleed off on this a little bit. Our velocity increased just a little bit. Okay, 150 meters. Easy goes. Careful control of that surface velocity there. 3 meters, 3.7, 3.6. Okay, 2 meters per second. Very, very low speed here. Have to bleed this off a little bit. Ourselves drop a little bit faster here. I mean, we obviously can't have a 0 descent rate. But we can have a low enough descent rate that we're not likely to explode on impact. That'd be nice. Ultimately, that's kind of the goal, is to not explode on impact if we can avoid doing so. There we go. Lovely. Alright. So there's our lander. We have a satellite dish pointing into the ground. You think it'll be able to transmit like that? I wonder. Alright, here we go. Transmit data. That completes that mission. So we completed 2 missions, technically. We completed the decoupler, and we completed transmitting from the surface of the moon. As for getting back into orbit, I don't think we have enough. No, 688 is not enough to get us back into orbit, but it's pretty nice. It's nice to have. One of those nice-to-have features. So can I turn this into hibernate mode? I can. Seems to be okay. Alright. Back to the Space Center. As for the return voyage, I'm not sure exactly what we will need for that, but I think we need a more efficient engine. Of course, don't quote me on that. We have almost another 90 science, which is nice, but not quite enough for this. We need 160. 160. Wait a minute. Did I select? I selected the wrong one, didn't I? How am I going to get to that 160? I wonder. Huh. Need to unlock either space exploration or the other dude. And it's looking like it's going to be the other dude. It's going to have to be this guy. Advanced flight control. No, advanced flight control does not explore it. No, oh man, I'm so lost. I am so lost. Okay, what do we got? Science data from space around Kerbin. We can do that immediately. Test this thing in flight over Kerbin between 0 and 70 meters per second. We can do that immediately as well, mostly. Conduct observational surveys. Kick back into test orbiting. We have to be orbit. I'm not going to do that. Test a parachute in flight. I can probably do that. Because for the most part... Oh, look at this. This would be nice. It's not exactly... It doesn't pay too much, though. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, but we can do this. So we need to test a parachute in flight over Kerbin between 2,000 and 5,000 meters and 0 to 70 meters per second. And then we need to test a second one between 1,000 and 9,000 meters at a much higher speed. I think I can do that. 1,000 to 9,000, we shoot this parachute first, and then we hit this parachute second. And then science data from space around Kerbin, we can do that immediately just by clicking on one of our in-position satellites. Where's our in-position? There's our in-position. Untitled Communications Sat. Look at all this space debris we have flying around. I should just delete it. No point in having that much debris. Okay, what do we got here? This does not appear to have any scientific data on it. There it is. Let's log that. Alright, mission accomplished. Not a very exciting mission, mind you. These are our uncharted missions of the Kerbal Space Sphere place. Almost got it. We've got enough to upgrade this now. 902. I just want to make sure that we have enough enough in reserves. Poodle engine, carry a chute. Okay, so basically the next one is just testing a parachute. You can test a pair of shoes, you can test a parachute. So, we'll put the octo down. We will give it some electricity. And on top of that, we will add the control. Alright. Next, we will add the liquid fuels for what it is worth, and add a swiveled engine to the bottom of it. There we go. 1,700 meters per second, delta V in atmosphere. We need to get to 1,000 meters, as well as 2,000. So we're going to be doing the MK16 parachute first. Where's our first parachutes? MK16 parachutes. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, well, wait a minute. MK16 and MK16XL. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, that's not actually too unfortunate because I have an idea. Here's what we do. Structural. Get a couple of couple of girder segments. Put them here. This gives us 2 extra attachment points. So, for these 2 extra attachment points, what we do is we attach the minis. There they are. And then we attach the XL just where it would normally go. Right there. Alright, so this allows us, what we need to do is we need to test the MK16 from 1000 to 9000 at high velocity. So that's the MK16, that's these dudes. Yes. MK16s, so those will be the first to go. Between 1000 and 9000 meters. Then I'm going to cut the parachutes, probably, and test the MK16XL from 2000 to 5000. And at 0 to 70 meters per second. That should be fine. That'll be this dude. And we should be able to hit that easily enough with this design, so let's go. Plenty of parachutes. If we need to abort, we can. I don't think we'll have to. Oh great, it's dark. I just love it when it's dark in Kerbal Space Program. You see so much more. You know, there's no light to get in your eyes. Okay, here we go. We shall launch. I'm going to bring this right down in terms of velocity. So flying, we need to be 1000 meters. We will be launching the XL MK16s first. Oh, we just needed to haul them. We didn't actually need to test them. Testing is the second one, which is from 2000 to 5000. So I guess I can bring this down. Whoopsie. Well, I'm going to have to hope that that is good. All right. And we're good to go. Let's just warp this back down to the surface. Speaking of the surface. Oh no, we're speeding up. Quickly deploy secondary parachutes. Our secondary parachutes have been deployed. Wow, that was one heck of a deceleration. A lot of G-force on that one. Okay, here we go. Looks like we're good to land any second now. Possibly. Think we're gonna land? I don't know. I don't know that we're gonna land. Let's move ourselves over a little bit. Come on, head 9 or 0. We don't have enough control authority on this thing. If we had more control authority, we might be able to land back on the launch pad, but it doesn't look like we're gonna. Come on, lander. We have enough fuel, I could just cheese it. I don't know that I want to do that, though. It doesn't seem very stable. Come on, this way I say. It's never going to work. We're probably going to land on the ground here. Darn. That was rather unfortunate. Alright, well, we at least landed, so that's something to be happy about, I guess. So back to the vehicle assembly. Let's clear out some of these useless missions that we have in the bottom corner here. 92. We've got enough science to get the next science thingy. All right, contract complete. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Contract. 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 There was a contract in here. Okay, there we go. Back to world firsts. Alright, so that wasn't half bad. We got 1,017,000. We should space around the moon. We can do that. And once we do that, we should have enough to upgrade our facilities. Let's just go to space around the moon. I want to complete that science mission first, and then we'll be good to go. So where's the moon? There's the moon. Oh, that's a target orbit there, isn't it? Alright, let's fly this unnamed vessel. Unnamed? The unnamed vessel. We will fly. We will fly the unnamed vessel. Where is it? Alright, so there it is. It has solar panels on it, technically. But unfortunately, those solar panels look to be doing a somewhat null job. Put it out here. We will be transmitting temperature data once temperature data becomes available. Give it 2 seconds. This thing a chance to charge up its batteries. The battery. You think, no, that's not enough. Give it a little more. Let it have at least 100. At least 100 to send the data packets. Okay, that should be good right about there. Let's try the transmit. Alright, transmission successful. Back to the Space Center. So the big idea here is we're going to be cash flow positive. So as you can see, 105. So 1050724. So that'll give us about 120 to play with, won't it? Don't need to do atmospheric. Okay. Drogue parachute. Okay. Position a satellite in specific orbit of the moon. That was the one we were looking at. I can do that, and that's worth 71. So that would actually be worthwhile to try and do that, I think. Your engineer's solitude. Okay, we need to do EVA reports. Hold on. Where would EVA reports be sent from? Where would those be? I'm interested. I'm interested, but non-committal. Okay, so that's way south. Wow, we would basically have to be on the cert. We basically have to design like a little Kerbal car. We're not going to design a little Kerbal car. Not yet, anyway. We don't have the resources for that just yet. But, what was that one that wanted us to orbit the moon? I'm feeling that one. Hold on, let's leave. I'm feeling the moon orbiter, to be honest. Where's that? I'm interested. Kick back. Where was it? Position. No. Here it is. Position a satellite in specific orbit. 243. Can generate power. Fully assembled. Minimal deviation. Must have mystery goo on board. Maintain stability for 10 seconds. Worth 7 science, but 71,000 upon completion. That'll be nice. It's year 1. Expires. Yeah, the deadline's year 11. We're going to be able to do that. No problem. Everything we do is within year 1. I mean, come on. So, the idea here is research and development 902,000. So 902,000. That'll leave us with a little over 100,000 to be able to do the rest of our stuff, which we've been able to work with before. I mean, we've been as low as 100,000. And then vehicle assembly building is just going to have to wait to be upgraded. But then this will give us more science. We can potentially get more stuff. Is it better to upgrade this first then? Hold on. Because we need to do this space exploration one first, don't we? And advanced flight control, no, just and. Yeah, advanced flight control isn't there, so it's this guy. That's how we get our mobile data processing lab, but that's going to be at a science level of 160. But we can definitely accomplish this now. Storage cargo, EVA repair kit. None of this stuff I find to be particularly of use, except maybe these wheels. These wheels could drive us around on the surface. Yeah, none of these are particularly useful, but that's science research level 90. That unlocks advanced exploration. Let's lock that in for now. So we're now locked into this to this field. We can now unlock advanced exploration, which involves the mobile processing lab, which is our ultimate goal. That's like totally we're going to get the mobile processing lab at some point. Of course, we don't have the science for it, so we might as well do the rest of these missions. Or at least the rest of the missions we have assigned to us, until such point as we have more science. It just makes sense from that perspective. So, what is our present mission? Our present mission is to position a satellite with Mystery Thing and the other dude. So, unmanned moon. There it is. Yeah, okay. Engine and decoupler. We don't need that. I thought I got rid of those. I thought I got rid of the ant engine. Didn't I? I thought I did. Okay, get rid of this dude. Here we go. That gives us room for another little sciencey doodad. We're pretty confident that this works. So we'll put the sciencey doodad on top here. Right about there. Alright, looks okay for the most part. Plenty of control on the top. Maybe a little top heavy if that. And yeah, we just need to get this into a targeted orbit of the moon, which, again, that shouldn't be an issue. Little antenna. 29 out of 30 parts. We could add another antenna. I'm not sure it would be useful. And yeah, so we need to build. It can generate power. Check. Reach a designated orbit. We can do that. Mystery goo and maintain stability for 10 seconds. Can do. It's that can-do attitude that'll get us to the moon. Alright. Zoom out a little bit. So this is our secondary engine. This is our primary burn. This is our initial burn. Pretty much ready to go then. No saving grace on this one. No, sir. It is what it is. Let's save it. Do you think we'll survive? I don't know, but I'm hoping so. The hope is once we get into position that that'll be that. Like we can maybe use this as a base for something. I don't know. I haven't really thought of it that much. To me, this is mostly just a mission. And it's a mission that pays well, so you know what? It's one that we might as well do. So we got our ascent profile started. Now last time we did this, we were too vertical for the most part, but it worked. It worked, but we were just too vertical. We need to get some more of that tangential velocity here in the east direction. So we'll try and we'll build up our tangential velocity a little bit more this time. Hopefully, some people say 45 by 10,000, but I don't think that this thing is stable enough for that. So we're going to have to maintain vertical velocity a little bit longer than what most people would consider acceptable. But I don't think that'll be an issue by and large. Just keep that velocity vector tacked. Alright. So yeah, this is more tangential velocity than what we had before. It's at least better than nothing. Alright, we have a little bit of cloud flaring there. A little bit of flare up. Let's hit ourselves 50,000 and then we'll go pure tangential. So yeah, there's our orbital velocity. Our orbital velocity is pretty good. Pretty happy with how that turned out. So here we go. This is the correct one. Yes, brake. And then go. Push off a little bit there. Put ourselves right along the horizon there, and let's go. Alright, so our orbital velocity is not great. But the whole point of it is that we're building up our tangential components, so that'll be fine. Okay, we don't need to be building our apogee so much. We just need to build this tangential component of velocity here. So keep our apogee more or less where it is. Just burn this orbit velocity. We need to be around 2,000 or 2,200. I believe we need to be around 2,200. Don't quote me on that. But I believe that's approximately where we need to go. And then we need to target the moon and head there as quick as we can. Should be possible. Alright, looking good. Our apogee is not increasing severely, so that's a good sign. And we have about another 2,200 to go. So I think it's pretty much assured we will have a stable orbit here, which is good because I forgot to put a parachute on. Or not that I forgot to put a parachute on, but I refused to. So that'll be nice, I guess. A Festivus for the rest of us. We'll have ourselves a pair of shoes and a parachute. Alright. Good. Gotta keep an eye on... hold on, where's our... Let's extend that antenna. Make sure we stay in communications range. Keep an eye on this perigee right down here in the bottom corner here. Trying to make sure that that becomes positive as soon as we can. So 2,000 meters per second is more or less our target. And our perigee is still minus 390 kilometers. We want that to be positive 300 and something. Well, actually, we want it to be positive 70,000. But once it starts going positive, it builds up pretty quickly there. So yeah, as you can see, it's already starting to accelerate. We're already at 300 kilometers below ground level. So that's all well and good. It's increasing on its own terms. We're just going to keep pointing ourselves at this tangential direction, because even though we're kind of bleeding off our altitude right about now, it's not a big deal. As long as we get that positive periapsis, which it looks like we're going to get. Okay, negative 70 kilometers. Just need to invert that to positive 70. Pretty close, pretty close. Alright, we now have positive. We're going to be above ground, and that is 70. Okay, that wasn't the prettiest way to get there, I gotta say. Look at that, we have 920 meters per second of delta V. Where's the moon? There's the moon. So we're going to be somewhere... Point ourselves north-south, so we make sure we get the sunlight whenever it comes around. So we're going to be going from somewhere around here, I suppose. Right about here. And aiming for the moon. Can never be too soon to aim for the moon. Or so they say. Of course, I never really understood what they were talking about. Let me, can I focus on the moon and just modify that, that thing? So we're going in here, we're going out there. Don't want to do that. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to go in the other side. And go out the other side. There we go. For the most part. So there's our target, oh no, we actually do want to be going that other direction. Hold on. Move us in, move us around, a little further. A little bit like that, move us up. That's pretty close. It's not perfect. But that is kind of sort of where we want to be. Ooh, it's not pretty though. Certainly is not pretty. No sir, no sir. No sir, says Bargain Bab. Okay, we can still manage that. 988 meters per second to get there. Then we get here, we splinter it in, and then we just need to reduce ourselves to that orbit, which... Let's just bring it in really close. Right, because that's as close as we can possibly get, and then we just need to modify it from there. I think that's the way to go. Ultimately, 56 seconds of burn time. I think we can manage that. Let's warp to that location. I'm gonna put this guy in hibernation and pin that right there, because I really don't want to lose this dude. All right, where are we here? Oh, lovely. I can't warp. Hold on. Can I backspace? I'm afraid if I backspace, I'm going to delete something. So let me just double-click on Kerbin if I can. Here we go. All right, so there's our burn point. Let's just warp to the maneuver. Keeping ourselves well within communications range. Looking good, for the most part. What am I zoomed in on here? What is this? This isn't what I was... Focus on Kerbin. I don't know why I was focused on this unnamed communications satellite. So there's our moon lander. 2 minutes to go. Not bad. Okay. 2 minutes to go. Let's take it out of hibernation mode. And point ourselves right at the target, right at the node, right where we want to go. And we'll have to separate and start burning our secondary fuel in order to actually get there. We are getting some electricity, which is surprising. Okay, 55 seconds to go. We're going to start burn at roughly 30. And there we have 30. Let's go. That's a lot of velocity to add there, but I think it'll work. As our perigee stays where we want it to be. We will be approaching the moon on the morrow. Probably within a little bit of time. It ain't no crime. Okay, here we go. 25. Got a few seconds left worth of burn. trying to precisely adjust this as much as I can. Of course, there's only so much precision you can get. Please tell me we didn't just lose communications. Did we lose? Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, we're good. We're good. Don't worry about it. Alright. Decouple. Another 2 seconds of burn time. How are we in terms of the map? Pretty far off, actually. Still pretty far off. Just increase that. So I want to focus on the moon right now and just see where we're at. So we're about there. Now we are colliding with the surface. Just pushing that node out a little bit further to get to where we want to be. Alright, we are no longer colliding with the surface, and that's right about it there. So next we warp to there, and then we do our little mission thingy there. Of course, we want to put this guy into hibernation mode if we're going to warp. Because apparently, that's not something they thought of. Oh, please tell me we're facing the right direction. Hold on, hold on. This is escape. This is entry. We're going to enter here and go in this direction. Clockwise. Alright, that looks good. Let's go ahead and warp there. Alright, here it comes. Our little moon orbiter. Set to be in a very specific orbit. Because that's what they asked for. Alright, here we go, here we go. So we're targeting this orbit. First things first, we need to be in out of hibernation. So first things first, we want to be in orbit of the moon. So let's go ahead and bring this down, drag it in. So that's pretty far off from where we wanted it to be. That's not a big issue. We're pretty close. It's just a matter of turning up and down a little bit. Just a little bit of an angle there. We should be able to do that. So that's a 7-second burn time once we get to the node. Speaking of the node, let's point at it and let's put ourselves into hibernation in case we miss it altogether. And let's go to the node. So there we go, approaching. And hitting. We are at the node. We have communications through this unmanned moon vessel. Wow, we're really kind of hoping that that thing stays in range, aren't we? I guess we have the lower one to worry about as well, so that'll be fine. That'll sufficiently keep us connected. Let's go a little bit longer here. Okay, 10 seconds. We're not too close, are we? Perfect. Right where we wanted to be. That's more or less it. So our ascending node is about 25 degrees off. We could actually adjust that right now. We're going to adjust that on the other side of the moon, though. So if we line up this ascending and descending nodes here, that should give us the perfect locate. Oh dear. Well, somewhere right about here, I think. That'll be our perfect location to adjust this. But we also want to make sure... hold on. Make sure that we don't throw ourselves way out of whack here. That'll be pretty... oh dear. That'll be pretty bad because it'll put us underground. Now, wouldn't that be terrible? Dude, what is this? What am I doing here? Hold on. Bring it in. Right about there. Okay. I'm going to bring this into here. A little bit more. A little bit less. With minimal deviation, they said. And then I asked, what constitutes minimal deviation? And then they said, don't ask such questions. I think that'll be our best bet right there. It's 143 meters per second worth of burn. Mostly that'll put us in line. That's 4 seconds of burn. We got plenty of. Plenty of it. Don't have to really worry about that so much. But yeah, that'll get us close to where we need to be. Anyway, let's warp to the next maneuver, wherever our little satellite may be, making its way around slowly but surely. We see it just over there. It's going to have direct contact with Kerbin, so that's going to be nice. It's exactly what we would like. Alright, looking good. Lined up with the node as best we can. Ready to go. 4 seconds of burn time, so we're going to start burning probably right at the node. If anything, close to 2 seconds if anything. 24, T-minus 10 seconds to burn. And T-minus 2 seconds commencing burn. Alright. I think we had it for a second there, didn't we? So the next maneuver point is going to be down here at the perigee. We are going to push ourselves up this way a little bit and in. Rally St. Augustine. That'll put us right on point, about 18 meters per second of burn. Very, very light. And I want to stress that that's very, very light. Just back into hibernation. We will warp to the next point. Yeah, I think we had it for a second and then we lost it. I think that's what happened there. It disappeared for a second, indicating that we were there. So, a little bit longer of a mission. But at the same time, it's looking successful so far. So, that's good. So, we've blocked by the moon. But we're now relaying off of our other guy. That's good. Like having a relay. So we're going to go ahead and go 50 seconds. That's a half a second of burn time. Just going to burn extra slowly once we get close to the point. Oh no! Quick! Hibernation off! Ha! Alright. Burn it in a little bit, a little bit. Little by little. Are we close? Come on, we gotta be close with that. Reach designated target with minimal deviation. What is minimal deviation? That looks pretty minimal to me. Do I gotta go in more? No, our apogee... What is our target anyway? It doesn't tell us. Okay. We're pretty close, though. I think we just need to go to the apogee and retrograde burn. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Hibernate. Sorry about that. Yeah, our descending node is only 1 degree, so we're pretty close. I think it's just this this perigee's off a little bit. So we'll go to our apogee and we will retrograde burn a little bit. If not, then we might have to do further adjustments. But I think we'll be fine. Alright, hibernation off. Alright, where's Riley? There it is! Got it! 10 seconds. Wait for it, wait for it. And we have 10 seconds. There we go. So that's mission accomplished here. And I can unlink that. We're going to point north-south. Wow, that thing looks lumpy. Look at that lump. Never noticed that before. Maybe it's just the angle. Alright, so we have the scientific stuff. All of it's pretty useless. Alrighty. Alright, back to Space Center. So, that was an okay mission. I mean, it's better than the one where we had to rescue Pepe Little, which crashed into the surface of the moon. At least this time we don't have that sense of urgency. So, that's all well and good. Now we have enough to upgrade our facilities. What do we got? Position the unmanned moon in an adjusted orbit. I wonder if we can do that. Probably not worth it. Test the thing in flight. Build an orbital space station around Minimus. Ouch, that hurt my ear. Minimus. So we can get there. I don't think we can get there with this stuff just yet. Huh. Test a Wheezy turbofan. And observational surveys of the moon. I don't think we can get any of those just yet. We can test this Rover Max. Oh, that's not really useful at all, is it? Alright, but for the most part, that was successful. So now we can upgrade our facilities. We can upgrade this guy to get 500 science, but we don't have enough science to really justify it. We can upgrade this guy to get more parts available. So if we can get more parts, then that means that potentially we can build bigger spacecraft to get to further places. But that's 450,000. That would leave us with 800. That would leave us with 700 and something, and not enough to upgrade this. But again, it's that question. Which do we upgrade? Because if we upgrade this, we can get more science. We can get this thing that we've been looking at for like the past 3 streams. But if we do get that, we still need to get 160 science, which we're nowhere close. Decisions. What do we do? I don't know. How about you? I think, for the most part, we can do some of these simple ones. But I think I've accomplished more or less what I wanted to this stream. It's a bit of a short day today, but my dog is sick, so I don't really want to leave him alone too long. Tell you what, we'll test the Rover Max S2 at the launch site, and we will call it a day. Let's test the Rover Max S2, because it reminds me of little Rover. Poor little Rover. Gotta check up on him from time to time. Alright, let's do the Rover Max. This isn't a Rover Max. What's Rover Max anyway? That's this guy, isn't it? Rover Max S2. Oh man. Experiment. I gotta buy it? Now what are you talking about? I gotta buy the darn thing too. That's not fair. They want me to test it. Oh. Okay, maybe it is fair. We'll put 4 of these on. Alright. Hold on. No, that doesn't look good. Here's what we'll do. We're gonna make this look like really, really kind of weird. So, Rally St. Augustine. Let's do one of these. And let's, nope, not that way. Nope, not that way. Here we go. Nope, not like that. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. Whoops. Right there. We'll do another. We're going to do these like really weird locations. Nope. Down. Nope. This way. Here we go. This is going to be like a lander. This thing looks like a spider, doesn't it? Look at this little spider. Love the little spider. We're going to call it the spider. It's going to do the spider walk all over the moon. Here we go. There we go. Looking like a spider. Certainly not very well positioned. So I'll put this on top, and I want to put a little photovoltaic panel on top just because. I'm going to call it Spider. I'm going to save it because it looks so cute. The only thing that could make it look cuter is if I put little 2 antennas on top of it. Then it has like 2 little antennas sticking up. It looks like a little. I mean, talk about Rover Max. This is Rover Max. Rover to the max, dude. All right, let's go. Come on. Oh, it's too dark to see little Rover Max, but look at him. He's so cute. Okay, what is this test? Run test. What is this run test? All right, we did it. Run, little rover, run. Oh no, it's tipping over. No. We lost Rover. Ladies and gentlemen, it was with much regret that I must announce that we have lost our little Rover. He tipped over on his back and couldn't get up. He's like a turtle. Not much like a rover, more like a turtle. If a turtle was named Rover, that would be what it is. Very, very sad. Okay. I don't see anything else really to test here. Scientific data from surface of the moon. You know what? We just landed Pepe Little. I knew the last one was going to be the last, but you know what? We got to let Pepe Little have his little moment in the sun. Let's, where's Pepe Little? Pepe, where art thou? Oh, I see. Well, that's not a terribly different orbit to adjust to. Where's Pepe? The box is full of Pepe. There he is. Pepe Little 2. Let's fly. Gotta get some scientific data from the surface of the moon. That'll be lovely. Hopefully, possibly. I want to say hopefully. course, being hopeful is never something that pays off. Okay, we got enough electric charge to send one temperature reading. How much you want to bet the temperature reading makes its way through? Alright, awesome. Back to the Space Center. I always procrastinate ending the stream. That's just who I am. I mean, I have the thing set up to stream longer. I could be here another couple hours if I wanted to be, ultimately. See, so 11776. I want to upgrade both of these at the same time, right? How much is that going to be? That's going to be 1,300, right? That's going to be 902 plus 450. That's going to be 1,342. Wait, is that math correct? 1,300,040. That sounds more accurate. That's going to be a lot, is what it's going to be. Landing gear splashdown on Kerbin. I don't know. Sounds kind of questionable. Test the thingy in flight. Yeah, we could do that, realistically. Orbital Space Station. No. Atmospheric Thursday? I don't think so. Test the KD-12 in flight. That's a bit of a high speed there. I'm not going to do that test. We could test the Wheezy engine, though. Definitely. Actually, looking at this, I think we could do this now. We have a spacecraft or a flight thingy that can do that. I think so. Test a decoupler in flight. We're not going to test that, no. But we can test the landing gear landed down. Splash landed. Look at me leaving little Rover Max to suffer. I don't think he's suffering. I think he's sleeping, actually. Be suffering more if I went to wake him up. Be like, dude, I was just having a dream. Now you gotta go in here. You gotta wake me up. Okay, so here's our thing. This is the Wheezy, isn't it? No, that's Juno. Oh no. So we're testing a more advanced engine. Let's get Juno off of there. Wow, that is an ugly engine. Look at that. That really doesn't belong on this thing, does it? Hold on. We have structural stuff to do. A dude lately, hello. Where's structural? I don't know. It was somewhere in here. Where's structural? This is structural, isn't it? Oh, this thing. Okay, FLA5. See, this is the other one, the FLA10 adapter, but that's 4,000. That's a little bit more than I'm looking to spend. Let's just add, let's add our stuff on this. So we needed a, what was it? Science, no. So this is the landing gear we gotta test, is it? Lie 10. That's this guy right here. 100% this guy. Okay. Well, we'll put it on there. And I'm going to add some pair of shoes. Right in the back there. Alright. So this is going to be a test drone. We're going to test the landing gear splashdown. We got to get to 5,000 meters and test the Juno engine. Or test the Wheezy engine. It'll be the part 3 state. It'll be activated. Don't worry about that. Gonna haul it up into the atmosphere. Wow, this thing is a little. We gotta 1, 2, 3. Okay, put these dudes on here. Okay, so we need to move these dudes down a fair ways. There, kind of like that. There we go. That looks good. That'll survive, I guess. Not gonna save this because this looks like the stupidest thing in the world to save. We got a battery. Yes. Do we have communications? No, we don't. Let's add our little doodad. Add our little doodad to the top there. There. Alright, let's give it a shot. Let's see what it does. It is intended to be just a little fancy little what do you call it? Drone, I guess. Hence the name Droner. Well, we're gonna splash it down into the water once we get a chance. Uh-oh, no! Ouch. Really? That's what you do to me, Droner? Come on. Okay. Status locked. Shut down engine. What's wrong with this thing? It seems to be having some troubles. Okay, let's just recover this thing. Obviously, it didn't work too well. We might just need to haul it up using something else. I think it was starved for oxygen, was the problem there. Alright then, we will not starve it for oxygen. We will instead carry it to the target altitude using classical means. And by classical means, I mean classical gas. Let's go. Get this guy. Where is this guy? Get him a battery. Alright, we got him a battery. Get him some fuels. Right in the fuels and the swivel engine because it's just so cool. Alright, and then we got this wheezy engine here. Which we're going to put on here, and that will be activated until much, much later. Alright, and then we're also, what were we testing? We were testing the landing gear splashdown. So this dude, need 2 of these, and we're just going to start retracting. There we go. Alright, looks good. Looks like something I would build. And then a couple of parachutes. You know what? 4 parachutes. Why not? So we got to test this at an altitude. What did it say? An altitude of 4,000 or an altitude of 1,000 meters going at a low velocity. And once we get to that altitude of a few thousand meters at a low velocity, we're going to activate the wheezy engine to run the test. And then we're going to steer carefully towards the 5,000. Oh, wow. I was mistaken. We've got to go to 5,000. Well, we'll get to 5,000. Mark my words. Actually, it doesn't look like we're going to get to 5,000. Oh, no! Whoa, 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 whoa. Why did I just do that? Oh, man. Come on. Rotate, rotate, will you? Get up to 5,000. Let's go. Burn that toucan. Alright, that'll get us to 5,000 to 7,000 easily enough. Ready to activate this thing anytime. There we go. We activated it. I don't think that it's doing anything, mind you. So now we just need to aim to the water. Aim for the water. Aim to land in there. Aim for the water. Like you just don't care. Alright, that pushes us out of fair ways. And I think we're over the water now. So we should be okay to deploy parachutes at any time that we feel the need to. And I think I'm going to. Just because I don't care to splash land and lose everything on a single flight. Landing in the water. Let's do the thing. Alright, looking good so far. These parachutes in reality would be horribly tangled. Like, they would be providing absolutely no benefit whatsoever. They'd be tangled up and we'd just be tumbling towards the ground in a very uncontrolled fashion. And it looks like we have another follower. Viking of Selvfist. Thanks for the follow. And feel free to tune in anytime. Drop a comment in the chat. I think that, is the chat on follower only, or is the chat on something else? I don't know. It might be, it might not be. I'm not fully familiar with it. Twitch does its stuff, and it does its stuff with prejudice, I guess. But looks like we're going to land in like a minute. What is this? 500 meters, and we're dropping at 5 meters per second, so that's about 100 seconds. If we speed it up, it'll be 25 seconds. So that'll be nice. And then we'll do the thing when we land in the water, make a splash. And I think that's all we had to do. We just had to we have to do the test. We have to test the small landing gear when we land. All right. 150 meters and approaching. 100 meters and approaching. We will be in the water soon. Shabra. Here we go. All right. So, where is that landing gear anyway? Right there. Gotta make sure that at least one of them survives. Alright, looks good. Now, run test. The test has been run. Let us recover. When I say let us recover, I mean let's eat lettuce. Sounds tasty, like a tasty snack. Gotta get your leafy greens in there. Okay, here we go. How'd we do? Tell me, game, how did I do? We have science. Alright, we got funds. 112. We're gonna get 113, ideally. Equatorial orbit. Do we have anything else before we go? Coupler overflight. No. Most of this looks okay. I don't think we need to do any of these. We tried returning from the surface of the moon. We just don't have enough fuel when we land. That's why I'm thinking we need to upgrade the vehicle assembly building so that we will have enough fuel when we get to the moon by just having more parts in general. As for rendezvousing 2 aircraft or two vessels in orbit of the moon, I could do that, but it might be a bit frustrating. And I kind of want to do that after I return from the surface. That's kind of the whole idea. If I can get into orbit, then I can rendezvous 2 vehicles, transfer the fuel to the one that's going to be landing, and then send that one back to the surface. And I think that's the approach that I've decided to take. Well, it's only been about an hour and 40 minutes worth of a stream, but I think I've accomplished what I wanted to today. My mind is really diffused today. I don't have a lot of focus. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it there for today, but thanks for everybody who tuned in. Thanks for subscribing or following or whatever you want to call it these days, because it's much appreciated. The 44 guy, 7HG404GUY, signing out for the day. And you can catch me on here probably tomorrow. I don't know what I'll be doing tomorrow. Will I be doing Kerbal Space Program tomorrow? I don't know. I'm undecided. Leave your recommendations in the chat if you want to. They'll pop up on screen right now if you leave them. But yeah, I guess. Or something. Or whatever. And we'll see you next time. And, make sure to save the game. Do you have to save or does it auto-save? Never figured that out, because it always just says that it's saving as quick save. Never figured it. Hold on. Let me just double check that the chat room is open. I'm pretty sure it is. It says it should be okay. Yeah, there's too many buttons here to play with. I don't know which one to click, and if I do click one, I'm likely to break it. I don't want to break it. That would be sad. I guess we will just trust it. Yeah, that's I've been doing 5-hour streams, and it didn't seem to really help. Like, nobody really wants to sit around for 5 hours anyway. So shorter streams, but with more lively, I guess, content. I mean, it's video game live streaming. It's like, hey, look at me, I'm playing a video game that you could be playing too. But instead, you're watching it. But hey, if you're into that, you can find it on Twitch. If you're gonna watch somebody streaming, then you might as well watch me, because kind of we're all the same, to some extent, depending. Cheers.